Impossible mode is by far the second toughest challenge I've done in regards to Minecraft. Steroid-infused mobs, gruesome changes, and our own personal nerfs truly made it close to impossible. Here are the rules. All forms of armor are banned. Diamonds, including tools, weapons, and enchantment tables, are also banned. And finally, I am not allowed to look at any other Impossible Craft playthroughs. This will ensure that I don't copy any techniques and add some uniqueness to this playthrough. This is the story of beating Fundy's Impossible mode without armor or diamonds. If you guys can, please make sure to sub. It is fast, it's free, and it helps so much. This video was pretty tough to make, and it would really help, and I would appreciate it. But yeah, let's continue with the video. The challenge started out as normal, gathering wood and prioritizing wool to avoid the bullcrap that occurs at night. Punching trees with your fist will hurt you, so it's wise to have a block in hand to counter this. Yeah, Funny don't play. More realism in here, boys. I then found a ravine, which was a great and safe way to get some resources. Oh yeah, and nasty little fact 2, all tools have a 10% chance to break. I am not exaggerating when I say I made 132 pickaxes for this run. And yeah, if you eat too much, you get slowness 3 because you're too full. Then I went to sleep, woke up starving as you do, and got to work on making my roofless home. Crafted torches in this plugin only last 20 seconds, so I didn't want to risk having any type of darkness. After all the peaceful stuff was out of the way, it was time for my first hurdle. This challenge is practically impossible without spider eyes, so I had to brave the underground to get some. And let me tell you guys, I learned real quick the brutal power of the impossible mobs. To recap, skeletons have ultra bows that shoot hard, fast, and with fire.
I'm about to whip somebody's ass.
Creepers are always supercharged and explode instantly. The spiders are, well,
I am speed.
And all zombies were replaced with speedy, armored baby zombies. Ladies and gentlemen, we have reached the pinnacle of game design. I actually was doing well in a little box arena with water, but it, along with the spawner, got mercilessly blown up off camera. So I had two choices. Just take all the stuff I gathered so far, or try and find another spawner. Yeah, the choice was pretty clear. So I set sail and went on a long journey until I reached a cute little village. And by the way, guys, I'm so old I actually tried trading with the villagers, and when they refused, I thought I wasn't worthy or something.
Future's now, old man.
It was okay though. I am not ashamed to admit that I had to do some research on this one. After that, I gathered some supplies, battled the underground a bit more, and finally got to a lava pool. Now the second hurdle was about to begin. I made sure to be extra careful while making the portal. In this plugin, lava kills you instantly, so there is no room for error. Oh man, look at that poor, naive fool. He has no idea the horrors that are about to go on. Oh, the nether will be fine, Quentin. You won't die a ton, Quentin. It won't be that bad. You won't be up till 4 AM doing it, Quentin! So here we are, my friends. The impossible nether. A terrible place of man sorrow. The first task was just getting some glowstone, when in no less than a few seconds, I was greeted by a ghast. In this plugin, they're invisible at all times, making it nearly impossible to challenge them with no bow. I stored my goodies and searched for a nether fortress. Oh, yeah, and I also should mention that zombie pigmen are always aggroed. It's one of the toughest changes in the whole game. Not too much time later, I found a fortress. One that had a blaze spawner in a pretty awkward spot. And this wasn't going to be easy. My first instinct was to challenge the pigmen. Horrible idea. Stupid. Literally the moment I tried, I got shot and beaten to a pulp. Eventually, I was able to make a semi-safe haven, revealing the extra annoying part of the nether. blazes and fire. One tiny mistake or misstep would lead to a death and immediate restart. Flames never go out, ever. This, plus all the other crap, made the Nether the worst part of the challenge. Even just getting back to both the portal and the farm was a nightmare too. Every single death cost quite a bit of time. Once I gathered a good portion of blaze rods, which for some reason was 20, I tried to book it. But there was a giant farewell party to greet me.
Get that motherfucker!
I ran and blocked the best I could. And yet, the final shot got me straight in the back. Before the final tick, I chose to die in a reasonable area to try to evacuate again. I went back inside the fortress, got my stuff, and attempted to dig my way out. Little did I know that it was a grave mistake. That death was in an area I couldn't find again, which meant that I lost 6 hours of gameplay. I haven't felt the feeling of losing that kind of progress in a long time. However, I would not be stopped that easily. I got supplies from my base, and you bet I jumped straight back in there. Returned to my farm, and after a lot of patience and mishaps, I was right back where I started. This time I knew 100% the path back to the portal. I ran like the wind, kiting and strafing like no tomorrow. And then success! The blaze rods were safely stored. After that, I went back in one last time to gather more glowstone and nether quartz. I fought my way back, admittedly died here and there to random crap, like zombies. Why are zombies even in the nether? Stupid. Well, either way, I still got my items back and returned to the overworld. It was a lot of hard work, but those materials would definitely be worth it. I tended crops, traded villagers, and brewed an army of invis potions. Now it was finally time for the last hurdle. The final trial was here in the mountains, and it was time to put all the hard work to good use. I drank an Invis pot, and guys, I gotta say, Invis is awesome. Even if you're just playing normal or hardcore Minecraft, I would recommend having some on deck. After about 30 minutes of fumbling around, I was able to locate the end portal. Heavily guarded, of course. I dug around, killed the remaining enemies with lava, and secured the entire room. This was it. The last step in order to completing impossible craft. There was just one teeny tiny problem. Yeah, I had actually never killed the Ender Dragon before. Yeah, funny enough, I never really got around to beating the game since normal vanilla is a little dull to me. My first ever battle, it would take place in impossible craft. And honestly, I'd have it no other way. I took a large garrison of bows, some invis, and supplies, and so the last changed mob is the Enderman. The reason this challenge is impossible without invis is Enderman will attack you on sight. We can't wear armor, so this is the only way we can survive the end. Oddly enough, the Invis just kind of made it into a vanilla fight. I destroyed the crystals, built up to chain ones, all the normal stuff. And in just a few moments, all end crystals were destroyed. The only thing that was left to do was to light that dragon up. And also for a fat-ass dragon, he's kind of hard to hit, I gotta admit. The battle continued to rage on. It wasn't very long though, nor was it hard. A very easy boss fight for a mode called Impossible. Invisible Potion truly was the MVP in this run. Once the final arrow struck its heart, it was over. Impossible mode was conquered. I pissed off an Enderman for the lulz and... victory! That's the story of how I defeated Fundy's Impossible mode without armor and diamonds. Thank you so much for watching. And hey, if you think that was quite the feat, or you just had a good time, please subscribe. Please! Lastly, would I recommend this plugin? No.